All right, welcome back to another 10-Minute Tuesday. It is me, Joey Carter, back in the studio. Joey's really wrenching on his crotch with the pants. A little toy, buddy. Toy like a tiger.
Toy like a moose.
A moose. That's not, I don't think that's, never heard that one. Okay. But regardless, this week for 10-Minute Tuesday, we're going to be talking about how to set your goose spread.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people ask us this, and let me just start by saying, this is not the end-all, be-all, dude. Like, whatever we're about to say, your situation might be different. Birds are different everywhere. How they act is different everywhere. How many you're hunting is different everywhere. So we'll just go through some generics.
Yeah, so like goose opener, early goose just hit in Minnesota, right? And people want to know, can I use silhouettes? Can I use full bodies? How many do I need?
That we get all the time.
To kill birds. Can you mix silhouettes with full bodies? The answer is yes. You absolutely can mix both of them. It is a lot easier for most people to just use silhouettes. You can put them in the back of your truck bed a lot easier, and you can get a lot of numbers out of it. In Minnesota right now, like the spread that I'm going to use with my daughter and my wife on goose opener, or at this time, I guess it will have been out, but I'm going to take 3 dozen full bodies out there, and I'm going to set them up in family groups of 4 to 8. You know, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. And
I'm going to spread them out. I'm going to probably put 15 feet, 20 feet in between each group. I'm going to have a couple of them out there for like visibility in case like my hide is too close to like a tree row, which is probably what I'm going to do based on the spots that I've scouted. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to make it look like a bunch of geese, different groups of geese are coming in there. And so they might land in between all of your decoys, which is great. You know, you create like a big bowl for them. But I think my farthest decoy out there is going to be like 40 yards, you know, and hopefully my calling.
So between like 20 and 40 yards, kind of.
Yeah. I even like 15.
Sure.
15. I like to put my decoys closer, especially when I have a good edge hide, you know, and when I was out scouting the last week, geese are right next to the field edge like crazy. So,
right. I have seen that a lot too.
So it won't be weird for them. You know, as the season goes on, you want to get out closer to the middle of the field, you know, but you're working with locals most of the time. Yeah. And so they're pretty dumb. So
I like to keep my family groups a little smaller than 8 personally.
Dude,
like 3 to 5.
I was seeing 10 to 14s.
Really?
Yeah.
It was when you were scouting birds in fields?
Yeah.
Well, and you'll get like, And
maybe they're non-breeding pairs, you know, so they travel in bigger groups, you know, 10 to 20.
Sure.
But they're like in lines and with 2 of their heads stuck up, like one in the front, one in the back, and the rest are feeding. And then they take turns, you know, like being alert and shit.
Yeah, this is actually a great thing for you to be talking about because I want, like, people listening right now, take note of what Joey's saying, right? Like, when Joey is scouting this field, he's specifically thinking about how many birds are in the field, how are the birds grouped up, where are they located in the field, what are they doing? Are there a lot of feeders? Are they active? Do you have, you know, birds with heads up? Like, are a lot of birds head down? Like, all the stuff you're talking about, like, you're just thinking about that, right? It's subconscious. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of people, when you're first starting out, you don't think about those things.
Right.
I remember when I first started scouting, you're trying to figure out how to be good at scouting. You're trying to figure out what it is you need to retain for information to actually be able to, you know, go out there and set a spread and be confident about it. And so I think that a lot of the time you don't realize what you should really be doing. It's cool to find the field, but once you find the field, it's like, all right, what are you doing in that field? You know, what are you going to actually do to set up?
Right. And like, it also comes into how are you going to call out those birds?
Right.
I've been calling for a long time. I'm really excited to call out birds, but you really don't need to hammer on them either.
Right.
And when I saw the birds going to those fields, they were low. They know exactly where they're going.
Oh, and this is you talking about hunting local geese on early goose opener, right? And your situation will change if you're hunting migrating geese and you're going to hunt a big field.
But even then, people overcall the shit out of migrators too.
Yeah.
So,
which is hard to do sometimes.
Yeah. No. And so yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going to do with my early goose spread is 2 to 4 dozen.
Are you setting any type of pattern, like shape?
No shape.
Totally random.
Yep.
What about decoys behind you? Not
probably,
for this part of the year, probably, but like when do you start? When do you start thinking?
I want to
that
take
needs
all
to
the
happen?
attention away from the blind, so I'm gonna have their focus in front of me, away from the blind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're in a field with not a whole lot of cover, that's when I put decoys around you and behind you, you know, to kind of take away your shape. But early season, I'm probably going to be up against an edge, or I'm going to be in deep grass. Yeah, so I'm going to be pretty well hidden.
Yeah, and like read your field too. Like your decoys can be really spread out. Like you will see fields with 60 birds in them, and they're 100 yards wide, you know, and 20 yards deep. Mm-hmm. Like you'll see them completely spread out, and then some days, depending on the weather and situations, like they'll be a little bit tighter.
Right.
But yeah, like really take in account, and I think that's the answer. If you're going out there and you're just running traffic, Joe, right? It's not an X field. You have not seen birds in that field. Yeah. You're going to do about the same exact thing, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe throw a few more.
I'm probably going to have them more spread out.
For sure.
And throw a little bit more.
Right.
But you can get away with a lot in early season with 36 to 48 decoys, especially if they're full bodies. You know, but if you have like a dive bomb bag or a Big Al's bag, you have 5 dozen, you know, and you can spread those things out far, you know.
Let me ask you this too, because a lot of people will ask this, right? Like, how many decoys do you think you need to own to be a successful year-round goose hunter?
Probably like 200. Probably like 200. You can get away with a lot with 200.
Yeah. I think 120 puts you in a pretty good spot, but yeah, it depends on what you're doing. It depends on where you're hunting. It depends on what you're doing. But I think once you have 10 dozen, you can at least probably hunt realistically.
Oh, yeah.
And not be worried about like not having enough numbers.
Yeah, if you have 10 to 20 dozen, you're set.
Yep.
And that's silhouettes and full bodies. But I mean, generally, I would love to have 120 full bodies. That'd be sick. And then you can spruce up the rest of your spread. You can make your spread look bigger with silhouettes.
So if you were buying decoys, would you, like if you were just starting out hunting and you're buying decoys right now, would you spend more money on full bodies right away, or would you try to beef up your spread with silhouettes first and then add the full bodies later?
I would buy the full bodies first.
And just have less at first?
Yeah, and then you can see as you're hunting, you're like, I think I need more decoys, you know? And then you can pepper in the silhouettes. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this 10-Minute Tuesday. Hopefully it helped you guys out and satiated the questions of what do I do when setting a goose spread. Nice so hopefully this helped you guys out and satiates you.
Nice job, dude.
Cal seems to forget every week that I have a vernacular.
Don't forget. Don't forget at all. It's hard though because you got Carter around, so it's just like evens out.
Right.
But
we got dumb in the closet, and then we've got an educated scholar in the chair.
It's tough. All right, thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Gavin.